In this video, I explain the issues that Saturn in Pisces brings us, how this constellation can affect us individually and socially, and why ambivalence plays an important role here. Saturn's role among the planets is that of the great examiner. He is the guardian of time. He represents structure, responsibility, maturation, restriction, and renunciation. He stays in a zodiac sign for about 2.5 years and takes 29 years to circle the zodiac. Each sign he traverses colors the way Saturn acts during that time. At the same time, the planet's effect depends on its level of consciousness, both individually and in society as a whole. In the stage of inhibition, Saturn manifests as fear of authority, trials, and challenges. One feels weak, passive, and blocked. One sees Saturn internally in the form of self-doubt and externally in the form of restriction, punishment, and blocking. The world, circumstances, fate are to blame. One does not dare to go into responsibility. In the stage of overcompensation, on the other hand, one tends to harden. Control becomes strict towards oneself and others. Achievement is the most important thing in life, and one gets stuck in compulsive behaviors. The third stage is maturation. One learns patience, forbearance, and measures oneself against attainable standards that lead to a healthy self-esteem. Let us now take a closer look at the sign of Pisces. The sign represents two fish connected to each other by an umbilical cord, trying to swim in opposite directions. One fish symbolizes devotion to the material world, charity, compassion, and helpfulness. The other fish symbolizes the longing for other worlds, more refined, peaceful, without responsibility and heaviness. The ego, with all its limitations, wants to dissolve and be free. And so the sign of Pisces, with its hypersensitive antennae, is on the one hand predestined for artistic feats and maximum empathy, and on the other hand for escape tendencies, addictions, chaos, and concealment. Saturn has been in his two home signs, Capricorn and Aquarius, for the past 5 years, and now enters the foggy, chaotic, hypersensitive terrain of Pisces, a sign in which the guardian of structures and boundaries does not feel comfortable, as these are dissolved here. His main task, to take responsibility for himself and others, to set realistic goals and to mature, is made more difficult here. The next few years will confront us with the fear of chaos, of being flooded with emotions, of being helpless and manipulated. One impulse then may be to sacrifice ourselves for others, to feel deep guilt and to lose ourselves in pity. The great potential of Saturn in Pisces is the development of genuine charity because, after all, Pisces is the sign of Christianity and a willingness to forgive oneself and others. We are surrounded by great suffering around the world and experience the full harshness of polarizing points of view, between which there no longer seems to be any compromise at all. So, we must learn again to listen to each other and to try to reach out to each other and soften hard fronts. The world is on the brink, and only the realization that we are all in the same boat and need to help each other can bring peace and healing.